Hey guys, so today on 5 Minute Figure Reviews we're going to be taking a look at the Play Arts Kai Vincent Valentine figure, which is from the game Final Fantasy VII. He's also in his own game which was called Dirge of Cerberus. So this is that version of the character. He's also in Advent Children. If you've seen that, you'll know that the costume's a little bit different, but this is awesome. Such a fucking cool figure. So there's quite a lot to talk about on this figure. So we'll start at the bottom. So we'll start at his feet and we'll just work our way up and just talk about it as we go. Okay, so first up, he's got, just overall, he's got a really awesome style to it. Very reminiscent of Spawn. Especially, obviously his red cape looks very Spawn-esque. Okay, so first up is his feet. So he's got like sort of these pointy armoured shoes, which are really nice. They're a nice metallic gold, and they've got kind of a bit of dark shading around the edges, which give it a really realistic looking metal effect to it. Just really nice sculpting detail on the boots. In fact, there's actually some brown dry brushing on the boots to make them look more like leather. So then we move up to the pants, which are also got some looks like grey dry brushing all across it, which really brings out the details and really show off the sculpt, which is something I think looks really awesome. So he's on his right leg. He's got a bunch of belts, which are sort of a glossy black with some nice silver paint on the buckles, which is really good. Looks really nice. He's got a holster where he can stick his gun, which is pretty cool. It just slides in there, no worries. Moving up, we've got his. He's got a whole bunch of other belts there. I think this character was designed by Tetsuya Nomura, who does all the Final Fantasy characters, well, at least most of them, and he's got a real obsession with belts. I'm not sure why, it's just a weird design choice. So they look really nice. They're all glossy and black. Again, lots of dry brushing on his top. Then we move up to his cape, which looks it looks incredible. So it's in two parts. They've got ratchet joints so they can hold their pose, and they're really good. And then you've got two little sections on right at the bottom on each side, which are both they're both different sculpts, and they're also on ratchet joints, so you can get some really dynamic poses from that. And it looks really awesome. Again, like I said, very Spawn-esque, which isn't a bad thing. So the cape itself is really cool. It's got like a nice texture to it, and it's sort of, I'm not sure how they've painted it, but it's definitely lots of different types of, like lots of shades of red. So you've got dark in parts, and then the highlighted sections are a lighter red, and just looks pretty amazing. Again, it looks like real fabric. You've got nice texture detail, and I'm really impressed. It's crazy. People moan about the price on these figures, but honestly, that for the paint job you get on this, the size of the figure, like he's about just about 10 or 11 inches tall, which is massive. You've also got all the little belts on the front of the cape, which again, nice and glossy, and perfect silver paint job on the buckles. Okay, so then we move up to the head. So I think it's got a really cool sort of floating, sort of like scarf piece, which so you can either put it down so you can see his face, or lift it up a bit so his face is hidden, which he tends to do in the game, or especially in Advent Children, his face is often hidden, which it's very cool. It's a really cool design choice. Again, the paint job on it's really nice. Okay, so the face itself is again, Play Arts Kai just do an awesome job with their face sculpts. It looks just straight out of the game. It's really impressive. You have to see it in person. But he's got like red eyes. There's some subtle shading on the face. It's quite hard to tell, but it just looks straight from the game. Really impressive. The hair itself is really cool. It's in a couple different pieces. So it's got a nice layered look. It's a nice soft plastic, and it's got this sort of don't know how you describe it, like a kind of angular look to it in certain parts, which mimic the cape, which I think looks really nice. But it looks cartoony, but also semi-realistic, which I think is quite an impressive combination of things. But yeah, just looks just insane, and I love the design of it. It looks so good. The hair itself doesn't hinder any articulation, which is also pretty impressive, probably because of the fact that it's sort of like a soft sort of plastic, but just looks really nice sculpted detail. So we'll look at the articulation now. So as you can see, he's got pretty good head and neck articulation. You can see the scarf can go up and down. It's just a loose piece, which is really cool. I did find that this figure, a lot of the joints were quite stiff, especially the shoulder joints. They took a little bit to loosen up. You can see all the cape, it's quite bulky, so it does hinder a little bit of articulation in the arms. But I mean, it's not the worst thing. And again, he's quite a bulky figure, so he can be a little bit tricky to pose at times. But yeah, the shoulder, for me, it wouldn't go up all the way, but I mean, you can still get some cool poses. You can see the arms go to about 90 degrees. He's got really good wrist articulation. Can't complain about that at all. And all the joints are ratchets, as you can see. You can see the movements kind of it's in stages, which is really cool. So again, that helps him hold his poses. So same on the other side there. That one was a little bit stiff, more so than the other one. And I really like the asymmetry of his design, how he's got the different sort of, he's got a gauntlet on one side, and yeah, it looks really cool. So he's got decent ab crunch, and it's really well hidden by his by the sculpt. Got a bit of a swivel there. Not a lot of waist movement, but it's alright. So I found the legs to be quite tricky. They were quite stiff, and I was really scared to try to bend them too much. The knees were fine. That's just a ratchet joint. That's really good range of motion. Not too bad looking. But being a big figure, I'm not super keen on putting him in real dynamic poses. Like any crouching poses or anything like that are just out of the question for me personally. He's got a thigh cut there. He doesn't have a problem going out, but forward and back I had a real trouble with, so you could try it. I just was a bit nervous about breaking the ratchet joints because I have heard of people doing that, so yeah, just be careful with that. One of the things also that's a bit of an issue is his ankles are also ratchets, but they're a little bit loose, so you find that he tends to topple over if you don't have a stand, which is a bit of a negative there. But the articulation's great. It's just the just the fact they're not that stable, which is a shame. So he comes with a bunch of different guns. Well, he's got two guns. Sorry, not a bunch. He's got this pistol, which I believe is called Cerberus, named after the three-headed dog that guards hell. As you can see, it's got 3 barrels and 3 dogs embossed on the end of it, which looks really nice. Really good paint detail on this gun. You can see it's got an actual little metal chain there with a 3-headed dog there, which is really nice. The barrel comes off, which allows it to fit into the holster easier, and you can also mix and match with the other gun that he comes with. The grip comes off as well, so you can slide it into his hand, which, yeah, really good idea. So here's the other gun. I'm not sure if this has a name. It probably does, so maybe write it in the comments below. But really nice. I love the kind of old school kind of feel to the gun. So this also comes apart at the barrel and also at the grip. So he comes with 3 different hands. He's got the gun holding hand, the other gun holding hand, as well as the gauntlet hand, which is pretty sure that's for holding guns as well. It seems to hold them well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, all in all, this figure is incredible. A lot of people have a problem with Playouts Kai. They say they're too expensive. the articulation's not that great. All this crap. Honestly, Playouts Kai figures are awesome. I highly recommend them if you like any of the characters from this, from like Final Fantasy especially. Pick up one of their figures. They are expensive, but you're getting something that is kind of like a high end sort of collectible statue, but with articulation, which is really good. Like the quality control is really good on these. Perfect paint job. The sculpt's incredible. They're nice and big, so they've got a lot of as I like to say, shelf appeal. Really nice. Got really good ratchet joints. Just wicked. Especially this guy. He's huge. Actually, if I knew he was going to be so big, I would have maybe thought twice about picking him up, just because I'm running out of space and he's so big. But it looks really cool. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys next time.